song called Conception. I did some work on it the other day. I just learned it like last week. It's a really good song. I should have learned it a long time ago, by George Shearing. Goes a lot faster. I think George Shearing plays it too fast myself, but that's just my opinion for what it's worth. And that was a little bit too slow. That's my like tempo de lerno. Learn the song at a slow tempo. The way I play it, I start off with that minor 7 flat 5 chord like that, because even though it doesn't have the flat 5, we're going to it right away. Right. And then I use 3 there and put my thumb under here. And here they have like an A7 with a flat 9, but the melody is the flat 13. So we could just call this an altered chord. And I'm basically going to use an altered chord. An A flat 7th chord with a flat 9 is an altered chord. But when you flat that 13 too, it's really an altered chord then. And so I'll be using that when I improvise and talking about the scale that we need for that. On to a D flat. All right, so we got B minor, A major, and that's like the 1 chord and the 2 chord in the key of A, and then we go to A. And it says A major 7th, like that or something. But, I listen to it, and it seems like it's A flat 7th to me. Then we get to a minor 2-5. And I always play this one as a minor also. But I don't think it is. So... And they always go to F, and I usually go to B, which is the tritone sub. So either way, it's going to work. And then here we have the same note on top for B flat, A flat, and G. Now, fingering here, I let my 3rd finger slide to that. So I have some fingers for that. Jump into a B13, and that was a 2-5-1 in E, so. A real fast A, and then this is a 2-5 in D flat again. Now notice in the beginning, it's set up like a minor 2-5, right? We've got a minor 7 flat 5, and then an altered chord. That typically will go to a minor chord, but not always. So here it doesn't. Goes to the major chord. One other little thing about the chart. Let's see, it's... the chart's written with that accent there, and on 4th beat. But George Shearing doesn't play it that way, and he wrote it. So I have a track here, too, that I'm going to give to you. I'll probably give you 2 tracks, one slow one and one fast one. So the slow one's at 125 beats per minute, and I don't know how fast the fast one will be, maybe 190 or something. But Band in the Box won't hit that accent anyway, so we could just leave it out. So it'd be more like... All right, then we get to the bridge. Stick to the bridge. All right, so there we have a regular minor 7, but we've got the altered dominant. I think the chart, I don't have the chart in front of me, but it says altered on it. And it's an easy scale to do, and it's an altered scale, right? B altered is it's like C minor melodic. All right, that's C minor melodic. But as a B scale. All right, so that was a 2-5-1 going into E, so. All right, I just play a pure E there. I suppose it could be a major 7th if you want. All And then typically when you get to the 3 chord, you don't put a 9 in like that because it's kind of out of the key. But nowadays, you do it all the time, and of course in this song that's what it does. So right. So now it feels like we're going to a different key because of that note. And this is a series of 2 5s with a minor 9th, and then like the dominant chord's got the flat 5 in it. All right, and we just go down in half steps. So the first one was A flat, and then, all right, down a half step from the A flat to G. All right, and then, all right, and to an E minor. We're setting up another 2 5. I had to practice that a lot. So that's like an A pentatonic. And then like that. And then we're back to the head there, to the A section. Now, for improvising over the first part, got E flat minor, 7 flat 5. So, the scale that works best is like an F altered. All right. It's also called the Lydian. What the hell is it called? No, Locrian sharp 2. All right. So Locrian is like an E major scale, which would work. But if you take the second note there and sharp it, then you have a pretty nice scale for that. And what is that scale? It is actually, you take the third of the chord, and it's that minor melodic. Finish it for me. Minor melodic ascending. See, because look, if I played an F minor 6 chord, F sharp minor 6 chord, sounds just right? Well, this is the same chord, right? We call it D sharp, or I can't remember what the chart says, E flat, I think. E flat minor 7 flat 5. It's the same chord, so the same scale works. And then when you go to A altered, it's actually the exact same thing moved up a minor third. So now we've got like an F sharp half diminished, or minor 7 flat 5. And look at the second note there, that's the A, so that's the scale. Minor, come on, melodic ascending. Now, we say it's ascending because in the classical world, they do it different coming back down, but we don't do that. We just use the scale. Ooh, cold in here today. All right. All kinds of good stuff you can do with that. So those are the 2 scales, and they're similar, right? You got that, and up here, all right? This one's got a bunch of white keys. This one, a little trickier, okay? So, and then we're into D flat, but then right away, think A major, right? And I'm kind of doing A Lydian, but you could just do regular A. And then you want to kind of end back here on the A flat. And that's the one that they say is a major chord, but it really sounds like a dominant to me. Turn it to a minor. All right, and it's kind of like you're doing a 2-5 there. And then I always do another 2-5. And come out there. Now, this is a over. Not really. I mean, if you do something like do something that follows the chord, something like that maybe. Keep the note on top. Another thing though that I hear George Shearing doing is sometimes keeping this note on top. I don't know how that works, but somehow he makes it work. And he does some other weird stuff too. Something like maybe, I'm just guessing here, but it's going to be something like. I mean, George is a genius, so, you know. But all I'm doing there is taking like the same chord I got down here and trying to messing around with that. All right, now we got to get to that. A 2-5-1 in E. Then a 2-5-1 and a very standard one too in D flat. All right, so I'll try to improvise over it. Let's see what happens. You know, I'm kind of doing some of the melody in there too. Doesn't hurt to do that. Let's see if I have the fast version. I think I'll do that fast track over again, make the drums just a little bit louder, and I don't know, change something about the bass. Anyway, hope you enjoy the song. It's a fun one to do. Another person who's got a tutorial on this is Ken Hewitt, so look him up. You know, you can go right to his home page, you know, on YouTube, and then search his page for Conception and find the chart that way. All right. And of course, I've got a free chart in the description and all that.